Far from the typical conclusion of a conference, the fourth Bil'in International meeting closed today with a peaceful march towards the separation wall that is robbing up to 60% of the villagers' land. Awaiting ahead, Israeli soldiers, fully armed with tear gas grenades and live ammunition, ready to greet the protesters. Only last Friday, a young man from this village, Bil'in Apr, was killed after he was shot in the chest by a tear gas canister, as he was on the front line in the weekly protest against the occupation.
We are shocked by his death because he was just a demonstrator, and if the army wasn't so racist, they wouldn't kill any protester. Around the world, you see protesters, and no one kills them. Just because he is a Palestinian and the army is a racist, they did this.
In spite of the peaceful protest, Israel remains steadfast in its policy of occupation, as more settlements keep being built around this village and more land gets confiscated illegally.
All of us will continue the way that Bassem was become a martyr for it. He was resisting the occupation. He was also saying the message that this occupation should be ended.
Besides a sentence by the International Court of Justice in 2004 stating that the wall goes against international law, a case filed by the village of Bil'in has resulted in an Israeli High Court ruling stating that a substantial part of the wall here has to be rerouted, as it imposes undue hardships on Palestinians. But that was 2 years ago, and what the Israelis call a security fence remains totally closed and heavily guarded. Yet the resilience of the people of Bil'in is also managing to put an end to the occupation on the agenda of European and foreign powers.
I'm here and I feel responsible also as a member of the European Parliament to say that Europe should play an active role to end occupation for both, for Palestinians and for Israeli, but who are the Palestinians who are living under occupation, so end occupation.
This is the place where 31-year-old Bil'in Apr was killed a week ago by the Israeli soldiers. Today, the people of Bil'in are joined by hundreds of protesters from around the world to make the point that Bil'in's spirit will keep living through the peaceful resistance, through the protests against the wall and against the settlements that are being built around this village and surrounding a whole community of people. Bil'in.